Right now, there's a good chance you want something you didn't want a week ago. A drink, a brand, a lifestyle. And you think that desire is yours. It isn't. It was designed using the theories of Sigmund Freud, weaponized by his own nephew, to make you spend money you didn't know you were going to spend. This man taught the entire world how to want, and you've never heard his name. To understand him, go back to the 1920s. America has a new problem, and it's a weird one. Factories can now make too much. Machines are pumping out cars, soap, cigarettes, clothes, faster than people actually need them. For the first time in history, the problem isn't producing enough. It's getting people to buy enough. Business is terrified because a warehouse full of things nobody wants is just bankruptcy in slow motion. They needed someone who could do the impossible, make people crave things they didn't need. And in 1920s New York, one young man raised his hand. His name was Edward Bernays. And he had a secret weapon nobody else had. His uncle was Sigmund Freud. Freud had just blown up the world of psychology with one idea: that humans aren't rational, that underneath the polite surface, we're driven by hidden fears, desires, and instincts we don't even notice. Most people found that idea disturbing. Bernays found it profitable. See, everyone else was advertising like this: our product is good. Here are the facts. Please buy it. Boring. Rational. Bernays realized something ruthless. People don't buy for reasons. They buy for feelings and then invent the reasons later. So he stopped selling products. He started selling desire, and he gave his new craft a clean, respectable name so nobody would get suspicious. He called it public relations, because the honest word, the one he'd used during the war, had a bit of a reputation problem. That word was propaganda. Let me show you how good he was. In 1929, a tobacco company came to Bernays with a problem worth a fortune. Half the market, women, barely bought their product. Because back then, a woman smoking in public was a scandal. Most marketers would have run an ad. Hey ladies, try cigarettes. Bernays didn't run a single ad. Instead, he did something surgical. He called a psychoanalyst and asked, "What do cigarettes mean to women deep down?" The answer came back: freedom, power, a little torch of rebellion against men. So Bernays hired a group of fashionable young women. He sent them to march in New York's biggest Easter parade. And at his exact signal that they or they all lit cigarettes at once in public in front of the cameras he'd secretly tipped off in advance. He didn't call them cigarettes. He told the press these women were lighting torches of freedom. The next day, it was front-page news across the country. Not an ad, a movement. Smoking wasn't a dirty habit anymore. It was feminism. It was liberation. And sales of cigarettes to women went through the roof. He didn't sell a product. He sold women a feeling about themselves and attached his client's cigarette to it. Remember earlier, he said he could make you want anything. Here's the one that's probably on your plate. A company that sold bacon wanted people to eat more of it. Bernays didn't advertise bacon. He wrote to 5,000 doctors and asked the simple question, isn't a big, hearty breakfast better for you than a light one? Thousands agreed, so he published the results everywhere. Doctors say, eat a heavy breakfast. And which heavy breakfast did the newspapers picture? Bacon and eggs. That traditional American breakfast you think is ancient? It's not tradition. It's a 1920s PR campaign that never ended. You've been eating an advertisement your whole life. By now, you might have spotted his trick. Bernays never told you to do anything because he knew you'd resist. Instead, he changed the world around you, the experts, the news, the trends, until doing what he wanted felt like your own idea. Doctors, parades, newspapers, third parties you trust, all quietly nudging you toward one choice. He literally wrote the book on it. In 1928, he published a book called Propaganda, where he described out loud the deliberate shaping of the habits and opinions of the masses by people you'll never see. He called it the engineering of consent. Think about that phrase. Not forcing you, engineering you, so you consent and feel free the whole time. Now, here's where the story gets uncomfortable, because a tool this powerful doesn't stay in the world of soap and cigarettes. Bernays showed that you could move millions of minds without them noticing, and other people were watching. Bernays himself later admitted that his books had been studied and used by some of the darkest propagandists of the 20th century, or the same techniques aimed not at selling products, but at controlling entire populations. The uncomfortable truth is this: the methods don't care what they're used for. Sell a cigarette, sell a war. It's the same machine. And before you think this is all ancient, look at your phone. That influencer who genuinely just loves a product, the studies show headline, the trend that appeared out of nowhere and suddenly everyone wants. That's not new. That's Bernays' playbook running on a billion screens at once. Every time a brand makes you feel that buying something will make you freer, cooler, more yourself. You're standing in the Easter parade, lighting a torch you think is your own. Edward Bernays died in 1995. But his machine, it's never run faster than it does today. So here's the real question. The one Bernays spent his whole life betting you'd never ask. Are your desires actually yours? Or were they engineered? This channel is about the people who pull the strings, the hidden psychology behind money, power, and empires. If you want to see the strings before they pull you, subscribe.